Hello everyone, I am Dr. Vasan Boraste from Department of Commerce, KTHM College, Nasik. Today we are going to discuss about the final account of charitable trust and its pro forma of receipt and payment, income and expenditure and balance sheet. So, as I earlier mentioned in the last lecture that the meaning of charitable trust is what? The trust which is run for the welfare of the society and not to earn the profit. So, in that case, however, certain organizations are getting some income or we can say receipts. So, whatever receipts have been received by the organization or charitable trust are to be recorded on the receipt side, and whatever payments have been made in a particular year, it has to be recorded on the payment side. So, here you can see the receipt and payment account of a particular charitable trust, or we can say a pro forma or format of receipt and payment account. On the receipt side, there are certain balances of cash and bank, which is opening balance. If it is there, then it is called as opening balance to be brought down from the last year or last day. Membership subscription is it has to be registered on the receipt side. It may be a previous year, it may be a current year, it may be a next year. Then honorarium of members, if it is received, it is to be debited or we can say it is to be recorded on the receipt side. Donation for building, then general donations, life membership fee, legacies, government grant if there, then contribution if it has to be received, then grant received as well as if then entrance fees, if received by the organization charitable trust, has to be recorded on the debit side. Interest on investment, bonds, securities. Rent received from lecture hall, if charitable trust have a hall and it is to be rented, or the rent amount is to be recorded on the receipt side. Ground rent, theater rent, tournament fund, if the charitable trust is a sports club. In that case, if that organization or charitable trust organize any kind of matches, in that case they received some fund that is called as tournament fund. Fees received for cricket, tennis, library, etc. Whatever fees have been received has to be recorded on the receipt side. Then specific fund, endowment fund, locker rent, interest received, proceeds from the charity. Some person gives an amount as a charity to the trust. It has to be recorded on the receipt side. Receipt from matches, then interest on prize fund, data sundry receipts, sale of old books, tuition fees, exam fees, library fees. These all incomes, or we can say these all receipts are recorded on the receipt side. Here are the payment side, or we can say whatever amount have been paid by the charitable trust has to be mentioned on the payment side. If there is a bank overdraft in the last year, it has to be credited. Then, if charitable trust paid a salary for current year, previous year, or next year, whatever it may be, if cash goes out, it has to be recorded on the payment side, and cash received, it has to be recorded on the receipt side. Whatever, if the cash is paid for current year or next year or last year, whatever it may be, the receipt and payment account is only for whatever cash have been received and whatever cash have been paid has to be recorded on the receipt and payment side. Then, if and there is an expenses of postage, rent, telephone charges, printing and stationery, if assets purchased at that time, assets should be debited and cash should be credited. That is the receipt and payment side. That means the amount is to be recorded on the payment side. The asset may be a books, furniture, building, sports equipment, whatever it may be. Insurance expenses are there. If upkeep expenses is there, so upkeep expenses also has to be recorded on the payment side. Then matches expenses, tournament expenses, tennis expenses, bar expenses, ticket expenses, traveling expenses, printing, honorarium, electricity charges, miscellaneous expenses, and expenses, taxes, office expenses, any other expenses, whatever expenses is there, it has to be credited on the receipt and payment account, or we can say on the payment side. If there is a balance at the end of the year, it has to be credited, or we can say receipt minus payment equal to bank balance or cash balance in hand. So in that way, you can prepare a receipt and payment account. In the same way, you can prepare a income and expenditure account. The charitable trust has to be mentioned all these entries. For the financial accounting semester 2 syllabus, you have to be prepare an income and expenditure account from the receipt and payment account and certain adjustments. Here is the income and expenditure account of charitable trust. You can see on there are certain expenditure on the debit side and income on the credit side. This is the simple rule that you have to mention all the expenses on the debit side and all the incomes on the credit side. The expenses may be a salary, but the basic principle of income and expenditure account is what? You have to record the current year expenses and current year income only on the income and expenditure account. So if the expenses is for current year, it has to be added. If the expenses is for previous year or next year, it has to be deducted from the income and expenditure account. So if there is salary, outstanding salary, prepaid salary has to be prepaid salary that has to be deducted from the income and expenditure account. If salary is for previous year, salary is for next year, salaries for current year, insurance is expenses is there, depreciation on building, depreciation furniture, printing and stationery, telephone charges, rent and taxes, postage, telephone charges, then garden expenses, credit expenses, any kind of expenses is there, is that it has to be debited, or you can say it has to be mentioned on the expenditure side. If you received some income at that time, you have to mention that income on the credit side. That means if you received some subscription, it has to be created. If subscription is for current year, then it has to be added. If subscription is received in advance or received in advance in last year, it has to be added. That is subscription in, in current year. If subscription is for previous year, it has to be deducted. Subscription received in advance for in current year, it has to be subtracted. If rent received is there, it has to be credited. Interest on investment, entrance fee, donation, in general, grants from government, life membership fee, fees received, interest on investment, bonds, securities, sell uphold newspapers, and receipts. Any other income, whatever it may be, it has to be credited on the income and expenditure side. So if there is a credit side higher, say for example here amount is rupees 1 lakh, that is total of credit side is rupees 1 lakh and total of debit side is rupees 80,000. In that case, 20,000 will be the surplus. That means income is more than expenses. At that time, there is called as a surplus. If the situation is vice versa, that means expenses are more and income is less, at that time they will be called as deficit. That is excess of expenditure over income. Say for example, expenses are 1 lakh and income is only rupees 80,000. In that case, 20,000 is a deficit. So, but keep it in mind, in a particular case, there may be a surplus or there may be a deficit. Both the things or both the cases are not possible. That means, in a certain case, there may be an income over expenditure or expenses over income. So in this way, you can see the income and expenditure account. Now we will see the balance sheet. As you know, from the 11th standard, you are studying the balance sheet. Balance sheet is a statement which shows the financial position of any business. In the same way, it shows the financial position of charitable trust on a particular date. So in the balance sheet, there are certain liabilities and assets. As you know, what is called as liability and what is called as assets. So I'm not going to explain in detail, that is the meaning of liabilities and assets. So here on the liability side, capital fund account opening balance has to be mentioned, where the general donation or entrance fee, legacy, surplus has to be added, and if there is a deficit, it has to be deducted. As well as this particular donation for books, buildings, equipment, it has to be mentioned on the liability side. If there is a special fund, charity fund, endowment fund, tournament fund, donation for construction, it has to be mentioned on the liability side. As well as if there is outstanding salary, subscription received in advance, creditors for material, sports material, or building fund, grants from the government, other outstanding expenses, bank loan, bank overdraft, all has to be mentioned on the liability side. as well as if there is an asset, it has to be mentioned on the asset side. This is the simple rule of asset, that if there is asset of build asset, say for example building, if there is a depreciation, it has to be deducted, or we can say it has to be less from the building amount. Then furniture, less depreciation. If there is any new purchase, then you have to be add the amount, or add that amount in a particular amount of building. Then motor vehicles, equipment, stock of material, stock of medicine, stock of library books, stock of sports material, stock of or sundry debtors, it has to be mentioned on the asset side. If there is a outstanding subscription, that means subscription have it has to be received, but you did not receive that amount, so it is called as outstanding subscription. It has to be mentioned on the asset side. Then outstanding subscription as well as cash in hand, cash at bank, ground, bar stock, investment, outstanding income, prepaid expenses, accrued interest on investment, or whatever it may be, it has to be mentioned on the asset side. So in this way, you have to prepare a balance sheet from the receipt and payment account. So in an example, you have to the example will be given on you for you in the form of receipt and payment account and certain adjustment. From that certain adjustment and receipt and payment account, you have to prepare income and expenditure account, and then you can prepare with this you can prepare balance sheet. So if your balance sheet is tallied, that means your account, your solution is correct and up to the mark. If there is any problem, you have to cross check all the entries or all the transactions. So with this, I would like to say thank you very much. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the first example of charitable trust. Thank you.